Nice slide. I kind of expected it that time. It's just when you surprised me there, I got nervous. Yeah, Monkey, I had to cancel my PS5
Why?
because we got a message this morning said delay due to some kind of crazy reason and had no information on when it was going to be delivered. So I just canceled the whole order.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Where'd you
but
order it from?
Walmart.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Walmart online has a lot of weird retailers. Was it really from Walmart or someone else?
I couldn't tell you. My brother-in-law ordered it for me.
Yeah, I've had Amazon do that to me where I'll just get a notice from them telling me my package was lost. I'm like,
Oh
what?
crap!
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I don't report it lost or anything. They just tell me it was lost.
Qualifying.
All right,
Qualifying.
how many laps you want to do?
We'll do 6 or 8 or whatever.
Yeah, my brother's gonna
Can you
come
guys
over
see? Can you guys
Friday.
see that? It says 8.
Says 40.
Not yet.
Yeah,
There it is.
80,
Okay.
Yep.
8. Yeah, my brother's gonna come over Friday. And he's gonna
Time being.
take me. We're gonna find me one somewhere Friday.
Hey guys, so starting next Wednesday, we're gonna do pro late models and then super late models in the same way.
Pros and supers. Can we start a little bit earlier?
I think the earliest we can start is 9.
That'd be perfect.
But no big
these
block? None of the
races
big,
go
not the big
fast.
blocks?
No, I decided we're gonna wait on that.
Okay, same track for both or different tracks? Or how are we doing that?
Same track.
Okay.
Can I make one small suggestion that we used to do in the other league? The winner of each week starts last. They don't qualify. They automatically start last.
Okay.
The winner of the previous week?
Yes. Say like last week, LaCroix won. Obviously, he's not here. So this week he would not qualify. He would just start dead last.
Yep. Monkey, I like that.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. All right, let's do roll call. Barry. Yazzie. Smitty.
Yes, sir.
Bean.
Yep.
Ken.
Yep.
Diving.
Yep.
All right, here you go qualifying.
Good time there, Bean.
Not if I hit the wrong button. Now we're going to follow them.
It's a good time.
Thank you, bud. I won last night. See if I can win the night.
Where did you guys race last night? 8-5?
Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond?
No,
Oh.
Phoenix. Yeah, sorry, Phoenix.
Phoenix, yeah.
That track always gave me a hard time.
I was actually enjoying it.
I can't believe I let Court get me on the last turn, last lap.
Yeah,
I should have put him in the wall.
That last fuel run, all 4 of my tires were wearing down and a lot. Kind of weird race. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Monkey.
Go ahead. No, I'm letting everybody get ahead of me. next to me diving.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
No idea. I'm right there. I think it was two, though. Started out this season with what, 14 of us, 13 of us. Ain't got nobody.
I think we just lost Barry.
Hey.
Bean with the fast lap.
Dang.
Still there? Is that Barry?
Oh, he's fixing to get kicked all the way out. Oh. The monkey, when you get your power back on.
It was only about 15 minutes after that race.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I see how to tell when I'm still on track select. Are we ready, Bean?
I think so.
I'm
Alright.
good.
Starting up YouTube. Yeah. Yep. Yazzie. Smitty.
Yep.
Bean.
Yeah.
Ken.
Yep.
Devin.
Yep.
Barry. Alright, here you go, guys. Good luck.
Hello, gentlemen.
I'll post the Superflow Racing. I'll post the link. You guys are all in Discord, right?
Yep.
I'll put it in Discord and in Facebook. I really do it for NASCAR because we usually have some disputes that we need to, not usually, sometimes have some disputes we need to resolve. The dirt races aren't really as big of a deal, but they're here to watch if you want to see the view from my car. That was weird.
Yeah, well.
Alright. Has the orange Superman logo. Oh yeah. I see you got somebody watching. It's usually really weird when that pops up. I'm like, who the hell is watching our race? Oh, wow. Surprise.
Great race, Bean. My God, man, that was fucking fun.
I just feel like if that was real life, my right rear wouldn't have lasted that long. My motor wouldn't have lasted that long.
You made
Thanks.
one little mistake, or you would have had that for no doubt. You hit that little inside berm or whatever and slid up.
Yeah, but the whole fucking race. Huh.
You probably definitely had fast lap though. Oh, y'all's got it. Wow. That's some bitch. Wow. Where was this in practice, guys? Goddamn.
For real. Yeah. Where
That
are we at
was.
next week?
Diamond Grove.
Oh
Want to run
boy.
a practice one there? Yeah, let's practice one. We don't have to do the 50 laps and do something, a little short race.
That's a Diamond Grove. My God.
It's a small track.
I was 25. I have no info on here, so I guess I'm running this at 50%. You guys ready?
Yep.
Let's
You don't
do
want
it.
to run 50% here. Trust me.
I run 50 almost everywhere, but I don't know which one this is.
No, I thought you were talking about your slider.
I am.
Fucking crazy.
A maniac. I dropped it down to 37.5, just taking a bit of a warning.
I could have won that motherfucker. Fuck. Damn it. You don't choke on everything, do you? No.
Whoa, shit. Hey, monkey.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, baby.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I'm sorry, Barry. Goddamn, let me walk out this way, man. My bad, Barry. Alright, now.
Yeah, I caught everybody. Not caught them, but back with the other pack.
Is there a reason why you keep pushing me up the fucking track?
Is that me? Talking to me? Was that diving?
No, I think Ivan's behind me. I'm all by myself. I know that he's not diving back there.
Alright, boy. That was my last one for the night.
Alright, man.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Hold on, don't leave just in case I got fast lap. I feel good about that one. Actually, it's probably Yossi. He did run a whole lap on me.
Right.
No, fifth.
Those are good laps, though, man. They're all pretty damn close.
Yeah,
Yep. Alright.
those are
See you
tight.
guys.
Alright, guys. Take care. I'm heading over to Gran Turismo.
Yep. I think
Have a good night, bud.
Dang.
Monkey, I will kind of give you a heads up about Ken. That was me. There was no reason for him to keep pushing me up to the damn wall. And just so you do know, when I ran back in my leagues, back on 3, 4, and 5, with Thunder Valley Outlaws, he did run with us 4 races and got booted for rough riding. So that's why I spoke up and said, is there a reason why you keep pushing me high? He's just driving it in so hard and letting it just slide right up into you. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't want to start nothing, but I realize it's a small track. But I don't know what his controller settings are, but he might want to bring up his brakes a little bit. He's on a oh, that explains it. You're running, what do you run on your sliders most of the time? Yeah, a lot of guys I know that haven't had the same thing. The only thing I can give you a little tip on is I run anywhere between 12 and 25. I use my throttle to get the car sideways. On this small track like this, this one, an i-19 that we just ran, my brake sensitivity and rate are all the way maxed out. It helps. It really, really does. I didn't even go full throttle at i-19. I was half throttle, three-quarter throttle the whole time, just kind of riding behind Bean just to wait for him to make a mistake. And he finally did with 2 to go. But just keep your hand on the throttle. Always keep it about half throttle. But always apply a little bit of pressure on your brake to keep your tires from really spinning. And on the bigger tracks, I wouldn't go. I usually go like to 12. And my dead zone is at 15. So I turn a little bit sooner for the slower turn. But I'm also using full throttle to help turn, and then I'm immediately down to half throttle. Yeah, right when you get to where you're getting ready to turn it in, burp the throttle, to burp it once quick, and then back to full throttle until that ass end breaks free, and then run down in half. You'll know if you let off a little bit too soon, because in the center, you'll push. So just throw that. Yeah, throw it in there, go right down to half throttle, three-quarter throttle, until you're almost out of the corner, and then full throttle. That's exactly what I did to Bean on those last 2 laps. I threw it in a little bit sooner, and I got lucky to hit the inside little berm there, and he slid up. Like these, I've learned when I first got this damn game, I ran 62 up in 70s because I back in Heat 5 and Heat 4, on a slider, I always used to run 9 loose. And then put my tire pressures in with the stage, and it was all right. And then I slowly learned with my setup, I needed to run down tight, down to like 1 or 2 on the tight side. So now this game, I started off at 12, and it drove good. And then I got talking with LaCroix, because him and I are good buddies, and he was like, "No, on these late models, don't go any lower than 25." Unless you're on a big track, then go to either 12 or all the way tight. And it helps for mid-corner oversteer. You ever notice every once in a while, this is going into the center of the corners, your ass will kind of break out? Yup. You've oversteered going in, and then as soon as you get back on the throttle, that SN snaps loose. What the next race is what? Diamond Grove, obviously. I'm never full throttle. The only thing I'm worried about is the guys behind me that drive it in a little bit deeper. Because when I get to the corner, which is why I've got such a good launch off the corners, is on that track, I brake the car sideways. Like I use full brake to get the car to step out sideways, and then I gradually get back on the throttle. But like I was, Bean, I know he didn't mean to do it, but he drives in a little bit deeper before he lifts, so he kept hitting me in the ass. And that's going to cause a ripple effect for the guys that are, stuck in the back with a slower qualifying time. But yep, I did the same thing. I ran asphalt for years when I had a wheel, and then because on my YouTube it's Diving Inside, spelled just like my name is. I ran asphalt a lot. I used to have a little T80. No force feedback, no nothing. And I won a lot of races with it. Until I had a anger management moment and broke the damn wheel. Because it would cut out going into the corners. For a brief second, it would just totally, there's like no power to it, and then it would be fine. But by then, now I'm pushing to the wall, or I've gotten run over because I can't turn. So I got pissed off one night leading a race at Charlotte. I had a 4-second lead, and the wheel cut out, and it drove me straight into the wall and damaged my car. I flipped. Yes, sir. Are we really? I'm gonna be. What's your name? What is your name? Seth Heel? Yeah. We've been. I ran in your league for like 3 or 4 races back on Heat 5, I think it was, in the dirt. And then I got caught up in the other league, and I couldn't finish in this one. Yep. Actually, hold on. I'll actually send you the pictures of my car. That is before we cut the car in half to bring it in a little bit closer. And this is now. It was the body is a 47 coupe. My father ran that. He had that body on his first car. He had a little 6-cylinder that had about 400 horsepower on it. But he blew that motor up on the last night, or second to last night, and then we had a 70 Gremlin sitting in the garage, the guy that sponsors us. We just didn't have a motor. So we said, and I looked at the old man and I said, hey, why don't we just pull that as a brand new 350 that you just put in that Corvette, because we had wiring issues. The motor wouldn't run long. It'd get warm and shut off. We couldn't quite get under control. And so he races the number Lucky 7, an orange and white Gremlin. And that body, we're as you can tell, we're putting that on a 2006 Teo Pro chassis. Where? No, you won't see the tranny. Which one? Oh, that white. Oh, that's the motor plate. Yeah, that's the end of the transmission sticking out right there. Yep, it's gonna have a 602 crate motor in it. Of course, you can see all that lovely wiring under my cowl, but once we get all that figured out, it's all brand new to me. Like, I'm so used to, because I drove sprint cars for a couple years, and I worked on one of my good buddies' sprint cars. So, and then my father's, I do have the mechanical ability to figure things out, but my father's is really easy. His car is super sensitive on tire pressures. This car, it's a bar car. It doesn't have leaf springs or shit like that. It's just a straight bar car. And I don't really understand the whole thing. But I do know, basically, torsion bar, panhard bar. I do know what they are. But what they do, it's going to be a learning thing. Yes. Yep. That we had to bring the car. We had to cut it the body and bring it in 6 inches because the runner panels. I mean, you got the cockpit, and then when they go to climb out, they got those panels there, and then the side door. the runner panels, we couldn't cut them big enough without having enough support, and then we would be sacrificing being overweight by a lot, being heavy. So we cut the body 6 inches and brought it in. So now I don't need the runner panels. We just support the side of the chassis and where I can crawl in. Yep. Yep. Let me see if I can. Well, that's going to be gone. That was my father's. He used to race way back when, Christ, I was just a kid, and he had the 8-ball on his car, and that's basically what that is. And I'm not going to run his number. See if I can find it. Where is it? There it is. And where'd it go? There it is. This was his car once we finally got it figured out, got the body on it, got it painted, ready to go. The older style chassis, you see the big towers in the front for the front shocks? Those are adjuster bars. That's actually just a fucking big gigantic screw. That's all. Yep. And then this next picture is, if you click on it and then zoom in the front, it's a brand new, it's a different front end. He went from side steer, like his steering wheel and the shafts ran out the right side of the firewall down to the steering box. Well, the steering box shit the bed. So he's like, you know what, let's just put center steering in it now. So now it's legitly center steer car, just like mine is. And goes right out, if you can see it. If you zoom in, right next to the headers, you'll see those 2 silver bars. The bottom bar is what runs up to the shaft for the center steer. The top bar is just steering support. It's a adjustable, so you can have your wheels either turned naturally left or more right just by twisting it. So all that does, it's center steer. There's nothing pushing on the right front tire. The center steer is operated off the left front. Mm-hmm. Yep, that was the new motor we put in. It was a 358. It had 375 horsepower on it, and he runs in the antique division. I'm going to be running in the Mystique class. As that car sits right now, with that motor, it's getting rebuilt because the motor builder fucked up. He didn't adjust the stroke on the motor when he rebuilt it, and it caused pre-fire, which is, it's not burning all the fuel in the cylinder, so when it squirts more fuel, there's still excess that's not yet burned off, and it causes so much compression against the spark plug, it flattened the spark plug, and what it does is it's got so much compression now, so when it goes on the downstroke, it actually creates suction. So it sucked in, the oil pan gasket was sucked in, so there was oil running all over the place. The head gasket was destroyed. Anything that had a seal that required pressure was destroyed. Yes, two on the left side and 3 on the right side. Pistons had holes punched in them, but it didn't hit the spark plug. It's just so much pressure over and over and over again, it finally just blew a hole through the piston. So that motor's getting rebuilt. When he had the motor in, so every once in a while, if we go to like an open with no points, she'll run two classes together. It's usually the Antiques and the Mystiques are on the same track, same time. And the Mystiques are usually out, start in front of us. When we had that motor put in, the first race was an open race, so it was a good time to go and test the motor out. For those two classes being on the track, he had the second fastest time. He missed fast time by 2/1000ths of a second of the cars that was on the track at that time. Both classes, he had the second fastest time. He started 11th, took over first place for his class, and then ran down the Mystique cars. On track position, he was sitting third. That damn thing was hauling ass. And then lap 7 or 8, the motor started smoking. And it started pushing all the pressure up out of the motor breathers. Oil, smoke, everything was just pumping up out of them. But I can't run in his class. The body says I can, but the chassis, I'll probably end up having the newest chassis in the whole club, because you can only have a 95 or older. But as long as you take off the left side panhard bar, you can run a newer chassis. You can't go past 2007. The modified and sportsman and some of the Mystique cars have legit, like big block modified chassis, Bicknell TO Troyers. Some of the Mystique guys, and then you go to late models, which the late models is basically take an older style, like say an old Firebird body, like a 70s Firebird body, and slap it on an updated chassis, 80s. So basically it's a full fender. We call it a late model. And then you've got Mystique class, which is what will be running in, and then you have the Antiques. Antique class, you cannot have anything newer than in 1982. You can't, and it has to be class correct, which means it has to be a metal body, can't be fiberglass. Frame has to be in the era of 75 to 80, or no, 68 to 80, and any upgrades that you need to do or want to do, you have to okay it with the promoter. Like when we had to put center steering in, she wasn't going to allow it. But when she actually stopped over to the house, because she doesn't live that far away, when she stopped over and looked at it, she realized it would actually be safer for him to run center steering. The way you got so many angles and knuckles on the drive, the steering shaft itself. If something were to break, like if he got hit or whatever it might be, that shaft could potentially break off and come right up into his chest, stomach, whatever. In his car, no. He doesn't have a full, like if you zoom it in, he does not have a full containment seat. It is a 1972 seat. Mine, yep. Well, just the little joint sticks out of the motor plate. That's yep. Oh, they have to be. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you don't even know it. I mean, other than the smoke and maybe oil coming up in your face or whatever it is, but very, very rare do you actually have oil or shit like that blowing on you unless it's coming up out of the hood. If it's coming out of the ram, then yeah, you're gonna get shit all over you. But mine, underneath my seat is all the goodies. My drive shaft. My fuel line runs right into the cockpit, so I can have a shut off. On my left-hand side, I have brake bias adjustment knob for either more brake front or more brake to the back. So that's another thing that she had a heart attack about, because we're not supposed to have any in-cockpit adjustments. So we're cheating the system. She goes, well, that dial in your car has to go. So I said, all right, well, whatever. So now, when we get the motor together and get the motor in and get it set up, I'm going to drive it around, hammer the brakes, do my adjustments to know where I want the brake, and take that knob off. Go out in hot laps, put my knob back on, adjust my brakes to where I want it, and just pull that knob back off. It's literally a 5/16 Allen key. Take the bolt out, take the knob off. I'm just hoping she doesn't catch me, but I'm not worried about it. Yeah, she said to take the knob off. You can't have any adjustments. Where? The most expensive part on that car right now, because the body was, my old man gave me the body. I spent $250 on the chassis, and that came with the front end, all the bars, the rear end, quick change rear end, everything came with it. The guy just wanted to get out from underneath it. So $250 got me all that. The only expenses is going to be tires, different offset rims. That's going to be my expense. Yeah, pretty close. Yep. I gotta have. I want to, because we learned a lesson with him. He had one set of rims, one set of tires, but he had spare tires. And then you got certain smaller tracks, you got bank tracks, flat track. You need different offsets on your right rear and left rear. You know, do you want to suck in that left rear? You want to pop out that right rear a little bit more, put a different rim on it. So, you can, but yes, they add a little bit more weight. Plus, some of these rims, you got a 3-inch deep, you got 5-inch. They go up to 7, I believe. Hold on. This, I found this picture. I'm trying to find, where is it? For it, send it to you. This is what the car originally looked like before it got all painted up and stuff. We literally took it was in rough shape. The paint job was falling off. It was in rough shape. We took a plain Jane 6-inch big number 8 sticker and stuck it on the side of the car, and halfway through the race the fucking sticker flew off. So the announcer's going, well, I know who it is, but the number's gone. And then that was when we put that motor in out of the Corvette, and we forgot to check the radiator, and it had sitting, because it was the original radiator on the car, and it had been sitting for so long it was all gummed up on the inside. Lap 8, it overheated to 265 degrees. And ever since, it ran 7 more races before it let go. So, the basics. Yeah. Nope. Yep, and it is legit a 1970 because in 71 they changed the taillights. In the 1970s they were horizontal. So it kind of does. Yeah, it's a 1971 Richie Tobias chassis. And the funny thing is on that real quick, when we had the car down at the car show, we had an older gentleman walking around in a cane, came over, and all of a sudden he just laid on the ground and crawled up under the car. He stands up and he walks over to me and my father and he goes, "That's my chassis." And we're looking at each other like, "What?" And I said, "What do you mean? That's your chassis?" He goes, "I built that chassis in 1971. I had a what the hell was it? He had an AMX Javelin body on that chassis." He goes, "I sold the car to the gentleman that had it before with this gremlin body." He goes, "That is my chassis and I can prove it to you." So we're like, okay, now I gotta know. So when we went to load the cars back up at the end of the week to go home, he was there. So we literally, two guys brought over their air jacks and jacked the car up in the air. And he goes, "Passenger side frame rail. Go from the front, come back about 3.5 feet, and you'll see the serial number followed by my initials." Sure enough, there they were. We never even noticed it. Yep. Yep. My father had a Javelin back then that he fucking jumped off a bridge out into a cornfield with and rolled about 7 times. He was racing. He was trying to get away from the cops. In fact, there's a guy local by me that has a red, white, and blue Javelin. Yep. Yep. Damn. No shit. No. That's yeah. Very, very rare. But If you look at my profile and scroll down to September 12th, you'll see the picture of my father, myself, and my sister at his first win at Thunder Mountain in New York. And then you'll see a picture of the car actually on the track. It was a while ago. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it's doing the same thing for me because I'm actually trying to find the video of when we first fired the car with that 583 or that 385 in it. Sorry, 358. I mean, oops. That's where I updated my my profile picture. Yep, that was the first time we'd ever been there, and he wasn't gonna go, and we talked him into it. And I didn't know much about the track, so I just literally threw something at the setup, and he ended up getting his first time there, and that was the first win of the season. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do a lot of cornhole. Yes. I just, oh no! Cancel. Jeez, I almost deleted the damn picture of my car. Son of a bitch. I went to a regional in Binghamton, New York, out here by me, and for the very first time, I actually played in the open advanced bracket, and we ended up taking 6th out of 32 teams. And that was a pain in the ass. But that was fun. Yeah, I love it. I'm a BG Cornhole ambassador. So I've legitimately gotten right into it. Last year. I'm gonna let him out here in just a minute. I didn't realize what time it was. Alright, I gotta hop off. We're gonna go to bed. Yeah, if you're on tomorrow, if you want, we'll jump into a lobby and I'll give you some more pointers on track. What time? Well, if you're on any time before that, I should be home around. What you're in? It should be about an hour. You're what, an hour behind me? Oh, are you? Oh, yeah, I should be home around noon then. I mean, if you're going to be anywhere around before 9. Oh, all right, yeah, I'll hop on and give you some more pointers on track.
Hurry up!
All right, buddy. Shut up, lady.